Good evening. This is Jeremy Murphy, and I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska. And I am going to play some Debussy for you this evening. There's a Debussy prelude from Volume 1 of his preludes called The Submerged Cathedral. And it's pronounced La Cathedrale engloutie, I believe, in French. But in English, we say The Submerged Cathedral. There's some history with this piece. In 1984, I entered a statewide music contest in Nebraska and was fortunate enough to win unexpectedly. Some of the difficulty with Debussy and playing impressionistic music is that we have to play with flat fingers. And we're taught when we have piano lessons to curve our fingers. Now that's the rule. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, and Debussy and Ravel and composers like that are part of that exception, where we play more flat finger touch to get a softer texture, a softer sound. Curved fingers will produce too much sound, generally speaking, for what Debussy calls for. Although he does have works where, you definitely do want to play with your fingers curved. But this is one of those pieces where primarily you have to keep your fingers flat, which is a challenge because we're trained the opposite way. So this is the Submerged Cathedral. Sit back and enjoy. And this is kind of one of those pieces of music that we play to signal our dog and our daughter that it's time to go to sleep, that it's sleepy time. So, and in fact, while I'm starting this recording, the dog has already fallen asleep from me just playing through this once. So once again, this is The Submerged Cathedral by Claude Debussy, a French impressionistic composer. You can visualize a Monet painting or something like that of a cathedral that's submerged and shrouded in water, maybe in fog. It's subject to some interpretation. I've always thought of it as being submerged in water, but it could be fog. It's submerged in what is a good question. So here it is, the Submerged Cathedral. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see a little bit of the piano keys. That's about as good as I can get from this angle. So here we are. Enjoy. By the way, before I start, it's sunset or as close to that as I can get here in Lincoln. So that's why I put that in the title. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I wanted to say thank you to Lynette Halliday. I'm sorry, Halliday, for joining me for at least part of the recording. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Just one of those special music pieces for sunset evening. We all need things to tell us that it's time to rest, relax, sleep, unwind, etc. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know if you're a fan of French impressionistic art or music or both. And I hope to maybe have some discussions of French impressionism from an art perspective also, dealing with Monet, Renoir, and others. So anyway, that was Claude Debussy with the Submerged Cathedral. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye. I'm going to stop the recording.